We are going to investigate something that we use every day to make our lives easier: simple machines. There are 6 simple machines that make work easier by changing the direction or magnitude of the force. Let's go check out some simple machines in action. Early settlers to Indiana relied on simple machines to get to Indiana and then build their homestead. On this wagon, we have wheels and axles. The axle goes through the center of the wheel, which allows the wheel to turn freely. You likely used a wheel and axle to get to school, whether on a bus or car or bike. In this block of wood is a wedge. It has a wide end and a narrow end. When you apply force to the wide edge, that downward force will separate or push the item apart. This is one way they split wood for their fireplace. If you use scissors in class, you are using the wedge to cut your paper. This cabin is way taller than me. So how did they get the logs up there? There weren't cranes in the 1800s. When you put a ramp into place, you can push an object up the inclined plane, which takes less force than lifting. We use ramps on trucks to load and unload boxes and even to enter buildings or move to a different floor in a building. Have you seen something like this before? It's called an auger and looks like a big screw. A screw is an inclined plane wrapped around a rod. If you turn it in one direction, it will move things closer together to hold it in place. If you turn it in the opposite direction, it will move things apart. An auger is used on farms and in construction to dig large holes. As you turn it into the ground, it will pull out the dirt. If you take a look up, you'll see a pulley. Pulleys are great at lifting heavy objects like this limestone. A pulley has a rope sitting on a grooved wheel. By pulling on the rope, you use a downward force to lift up the object. If you add pulleys, it makes it even easier to lift that heavy weight. Finally, did you know that you have a simple machine in your body? So does Fred, our mastodon. It's a lever, which is an arm on top of a fulcrum or pivot point. You can put a heavy object on one end and use the leverage and a downward force to lift that object up. A seesaw is a type of lever that you may have used. Now, back to Fred. If you take a look at his knees and elbows, and our knees and elbows, these are a special type of lever called a hinge. After checking out all these simple machines, I want you to investigate how you use simple machines every day.